Where are we at? What's up? What we doing today? I see you got all kinds of stuff out here.
Well, I got my marble slab, I got sandpaper, I got my cases for the KX bike, and we are starting the build process.
Will those come out of the bike that clean?
No, these have been vapor honed by Josh Traxler, and go check him out on Instagram, by the way. He's real good at what he does. And we put them out here on this marble slab and try to get our cases super flat. Smells right. All right, so now what we got to do, we got all that done.
Does this have to be sanded too?
This one here, yeah, I got to do some, make sure it's, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now. Now this one is the most likely to leak because it actually flexes. You can change it.
So all you're doing is getting the mating surfaces flat.
Yep. Taking all the little waves out of it. All right, so now we're ready to get rid of the marble, set the engine stand up. Well, probably just set it up here because we got to put the bearings in. So we need to lay out bearings and get them in the freezer. Actually, I got the bearings in the freezer already, getting ready. We'll put the cases in the oven, get them heated up, get the seals in, the bearings in, and then we'll be ready to start assembling the motor. So it's gonna be cool. This motor's gonna be amazing. And
well, let's put these in the oven. You gonna let it rise now?
yeah. This isn't as hot as I normally get them. We'll try it. Alrighty. So this bearing, it's supposed to go right there.
Oh yeah.
That's how they're supposed to go.
Man, yeah.
Now this seal most people put in backwards because it goes like this.
Backwards of what it looks like?
Yeah, because a lot of times they come in from over here and you're supposed to put them in like that.
Oh yeah. So the seal comes in from the wrong way on this one?
Yeah, just different than
backwards of normal?
Yeah, what I've been doing. Okay. Mains.
So are the cases probably just not quite hot enough anymore?
Yeah, they're not quite hot enough. And that's because of these, putting these seals in like this. I would normally heat the cases to 300. And they're only 175.
Oh yeah, we'll melt the seals if you go too hot. Yeah.
And then they'll set in.
And you can't really put the seal in with the bearing in, can you?
No. That's what's crazy about it.
Gotcha. I just put that together now that I saw. So this seal has to be in here, and the bearing goes over it, and that is just the end of the story.
That's the end of the story. That's crazy. You can't replace crank seals without separating the motor. Installed bearings. I like doing it when you just no hitting, but it isn't always possible. So, all right, it's time to put all the little transmission pieces in, and this is the challenging part for me because there's so many little pieces. But here we go. If you notice down here, you see pieces like this right here. It's a little piston with a spring. Now, and then it goes. Anyway, I gotta do this other thing first. I need this and this and this and this and this and the spring. All right, this is the detent spring. This is what makes your gears click. And it puts against her so that thing click, 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 and so it does right.
Right.
All right. So to install that, it's kind of challenging because it's got a flow, right? So it's got to have this little bushing in the back because it's got to have the spring pressure has to make it flow. So on the KX, this goes in here like this. Oh, hang on. The spring goes first, like that, then that. Now comes the fun part. because somehow I gotta get that in there with a spring hooked around it.
70 years later.
So that's the shifter. That's the other crank
This
seal.
is the this is the output shaft seal, like where your sprocket goes.
Gotcha.
Assembly lube on my couple of my seals here. What we're gonna go through.
What assembly lube is that?
This is the Maxima. I like it. It smells like cinnamon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's cool because it makes your whole workspace smell kind of clean and neat. Instead of like oil, it smells like cinnamon.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I think we're ready.
Oh, well, knock on the wood.
All right. So now, you need one of these if you ever build a motor. You don't even consider doing it without it because they're cheap. They're $25 or $30 or something for this bolt, and it's every bolt that this motor needs, all brand shiny new, and it has them in packages that say what they're for and everything. Like it's just what you need.
That sounds like a no-brainer.
It's just what you need. Plus stickers.
And they give you stickers. That's totally worth it.
Now, what does it say on that one?
That one says reeds. And this one says power valve cover. This one says crankcase.
Don't those brand new shiny bolts look good on that
Man,
fresh
yeah,
vapor
they do.
Hun case? A 1/4 inch, 8mm. I wonder if that's going to be possible. Seems to be. Maybe if we're right
They
there.
come out of the 8mm spot.
Okay. Then you make sure everything's going to work. And then he says, here, you do it. I need 87 inch-pounds. Now that you have your torque wrench correctly set, so I'll find my bolt.
But if they're all ball bearing, like even the rod bearing up here is a needle
Now the
bearing.
rod bearing,
Or is that Wiseco specific?
no, that the 2-stroke is a needle bearing in the wrist pin bearing,
Yeah.
but the 4-strokes are not. They're a Babbitt style. But a
So how is that different from a conventional, like,
no, that'd be like a car.
normal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2-strokes are the only ones that have roller bearings in the wrist pin. But the rod bearing
But that's
is,
probably for the same reason. There's not an oiler up here.
yeah, but the rod bearing is a normal, like a Babbitt bearing that gets
On here.
slipped on. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not a roller bearing in the actual where it's on the crank. Just the main bearings are, but where the rod is on the crank, it's not. The worst thing that a bike build could have, especially a super spicy bike build, is an oil leak.
Yeah, that
And-
kind of takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, and this is how this process goes down here, like from the sand in the case. Somebody on TikTok asked what the use was of sand in the cases, like what were they warped or whatever?
Yeah.
Not that I know of, but they are a little bit warped.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty much everything is. So
Yeah.
getting them as flat as possible keeps them from
Just why
having
not?
little seeps.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you?
All right, so it's another day. What are we doing today?
Oh, I'm putting the clutch in, and I'm going through my.
Well, these are your buckets of bolts from our first video on this bike.
This is the parts boxes, and I'm trying to find by feel. I'm trying to find my clutch bolts, which I'm pretty sure they're in a bag, but I'm just making sure here.
This isn't one, is it? That's a case cover. That's a case bolt.
Yeah, it's too short.
What actually are we waiting on for the YZ, Joel?
Right now we're waiting on the wheels.
Oh, that's right. It needs new wheels because
Yeah, I
they're
got
boogered
wheels.
up.
I got rims ordered for it. That'll be another video. We're gonna lay some rims onto those
Onto the
spokes,
hubs.
On those spokes.
Gotcha. So we got with wheels. It needs a stator and flywheel.
I got all that on.
That's all on it. So the bike it does run.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, stay tuned for episode 3 on the stolen YZ. If it keeps going like it sounds like we're going, this thing's gonna be sick. Yeah. And then here's the KTM. It sits here. Looks pretty. Owner rides it some. It's been out and been around. This bike, this is the one that had the Rowdy refresh on it. This one gets abused daily. 2 days after we put this tire on it, we got gets ridden hard. What are we waiting on the Nerf gun?
A clutch slave cylinder kit.
Gotcha. So how does that work? With having a recluse clutch in it, you still pull the clutch lever? I have no idea how those work.
You can.
You
don't
can.
have to,
so you don't have to.
Yeah.
So it's rideable like it is, but it's just not right.
Well, except for the seal is out, so it leaks oil when you crank.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
And it had to come from recluse, so.
So we're waiting on it. I think this one is sold. We put new plastic and a graphic on it. It's a good looking bike though. This one runs really nice.
I'm trying to figure out where in the world them bolts and clutch bolts went.
You wouldn't have a new set in this kit?
No. Could you pull up our old video when we took it apart and see what the head of it looks like? If they're smooth head, then I've got them.
Okay.
But I'm not used to seeing smooth head clutch bolts, so they
Yeah.
normally have they're like a 8mm with a
A dimple in them?
well, like a screwdriver,
Oh.
like
Okay.
a Phillips head in them.
Okay, so what were you just doing?
Well, we just spent the last 6,473 years looking for the clutch bolts.
And ended up finding them in the KTM parts of all
Yeah.
things.
So I guess that we've tried to cross-pollinate a little bit and see if we couldn't get some KTM goodness over on this thing. So. Anyway, found them, so I'm going to stick them on in.
Was there a special sequence you torqued these in or
Yeah,
anything?
just a star pattern like normal, just so they're
Like you would a wheel?
So they're even.
What are you running for a clutch in here outside of the basket?
All right, so we got that basket, and then we just got a Tusk clutch kit with heavy duty springs, and it's a stock bike, stock engine, so it shouldn't need any more than that at this point. Should be just fine. Oh, we need a 10 mil on this. Because they finicky about breaking off.
Oh yeah. I guess you are tightening them into aluminum, aren't you?
Yeah, and it's a pretty thin bolt. All right,
Get
there
you
it
guys
is.
a pretty shot on that basket. That's cool. That looks really good. What?
Delete all that footage.
Why is that?
Because we just did a real bonehead thing.
What did we do?
We torqued our bolts nicely with no springs installed.
We were so excited about finding this bolt.
Holy cow. All that nice torquing and everything for nothing.
There we go. Valuable pieces.
Very important for the cause.
This makes your clutch into a clutch, not an oil aerator. Oh wait, does this thing not have oil on this side?
Yeah, it does.
It does have oil on this
Yeah.
side. These things confuse
You're starting
me.
to self-guess it. You second guess
Oh
yourself.
man, all the time. These like they have oil where they shouldn't, and don't have oil where they should.
This side has all these gears and
So
clutch
this is
and
transmission side,
yeah.
obviously. Yeah.
runs in oil.
Do you have a motor oil you like better than others?
You know, I'm not a real like a jump up and down motor oil type person. Like it's got to be this or that. But my opinion is use fresh oil and not expensive oil. Or if you're rich, use expensive oil fresh. So does that make any sense? Like I see these ads or I see people run Amazon or something and run them like way too long. To me, To me, I'd rather see Dollar Tree oil in there and changed every 4 hours, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. When I see my oil come out clean and clear versus coming out black. But no, to answer your question, probably my favorite oil, just from experience, the way I've watched it go in and come out and just the way it feels and looks to me, is Bel-Ray. But we also use, like on 2-stroke like this, I would use Rotella some, just because you change it a lot and it works, you know?
So it's kind of the deals where proper maintenance kind of overrides the quality of your oil for the most
Now,
part. There is junk out there.
I know that people will jump up and down and say it's got to be this and it's got to be that, and I'm okay with that. Like I don't say you're dumb for being that way. But don't buy $30 quart oil and then run it too long. Is my point. You know, because you paid
$30 for it and don't want to put in your next oil change in it.
Now we got properness going on. I can't pull it with my thumb, so. Alrighty, we're gonna flip this bad boy around just like this. Watch this. This can be a little bit of a pain. And this one is a bit nicked. I really need to go run that on the wheel a little bit, or it may not go down in there.
That thing is true. This bike had some trash run through the case from the previous owner. So what did we decide? That they had been run on straight 110 octane, right?
I don't even know if it was straight 110. It was just straight.
It was straight gas.
Unmixed. No premix in it.
Because I thought we said it smelled like race gas a
It
little
did smell
bit.
a little bit, but it was hard to say. Yeah, that's right. I think that's right. We kind of thought maybe they decided 110 was good enough.
Yeah.
We need-
That is the same thing as oil.
Hey, it's high dollar. It's all in one, man. You buy a premix at the pump.
He paid more money to blow it up. So it's $9 a gallon. Dude paid $15 to blow this thing up.
I paid more than that to fix it, I can promise you that. Alright, feel where the wire goes. Hope that you got it about right. And she goes right there. Now, back to our Bolt motorcycle hardware kit that we enjoy so much. And we need ignition cover. What do we have?
Power valve cover. They're all upside down for this. Reeds, cylinder, something or other. Turn it over. Inner clutch cover. Water pump. Clutch cover. Case cover. It's gonna be the last one. Turn it over. Ignition cover. Don't it look good though?
Okay, guys, that's the bottom end. I got to put the clutch cover on the other side, but we got a bunch of coatings to do. So that'll be in another video or a different place. You'll see that next time. But we got the bottom end all together, crankshaft in, all the transmission in, everything's smooth, good, awesome. And you can see the beginnings of what it's going to be. So hold on for the ride, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, all those good things. Check us out on Instagram, all those good things. And don't forget to go to builtblind.com and get you some merch and win this thing. So we'll see you in the next one.